Oppo's Reno series has always been about two things: great cameras and great design. Last year's Reno 15 series was a perfect example. It looked fantastic, packed capable cameras, and felt every bit like a premium smartphone. So with the Reno 16 series, it feels like Oppo is taking that same formula and really going for it. But before we get into any of that, let's unbox this thing. And if you enjoy videos like these, hit subscribe and smash that like button, it genuinely helps us out. Alright, let's start with the box. Like most Reno phones, this is a pretty classy affair. Silver finish, clean branding, and this interesting graphic that honestly looks like something straight out of our solar system. Opening it up, the first thing we see is the white cardboard envelope. Inside, you get the paperwork, a SIM ejector tool, and a clear hard case. Underneath that sits the phone itself. We'll come back to that in a second. Further down, we see an 80-watt SuperVOOC charger and a USB Type-A to Type-C cable. So yes, charger in the box, always good to see. Now, let's talk about the phone. This is the stellar purple variant and honestly, it looks gorgeous. The back panel gets this flowing ribbon-like pattern with a subtle iridescent effect that ships under light. It's eye-catching without being over the top. There are two other colors as well, Twilight Violet and Starry White. And personally, I think the Starry White might be the standout. It gets this unique 3D pop planet design, and Oppo says it's the first smartphone in India to use Holoverse 3D technology to create that effect. As for our unit, the silky matte finish feels fantastic. Plus, this aerospace grade aluminum frame makes the phone feel properly premium and posh. But what struck me immediately was how comfortable it feels. It's compact, nicely balanced, and just sits naturally in your hand. Our unit of the Reno 16 weighs 185 grams and measures just 8.6mm thick. The build quality surprised me too. Despite being slim, the phone feels dense and reassuringly solid. And Oppo has clearly focused on durability. You get IP66, IP68, IP69 and IP69K ratings. So dust, rain, splashes and even high pressure water sprays shouldn't be much of a concern. Now let's take a look at the camera module. It's this square shaped island in the top left corner with metallic decorative rings around the lenses. What's interesting is how slim the bump actually is. Oppo says the camera module and rear panel are crafted from a single cold sculpted piece. It's a small detail but one that definitely adds to the premium feel. Moving around the sides, everything is pretty standard. Power button, volume rockers and all the usual ports. But there's one new addition this year. Oppo is bringing its AI Snap Key to the Reno series. It's a dedicated hardware button designed for AI-powered productivity and creative tools. And in the Find X9 series, it was pretty useful. Now, while we can't say much about the display because of embargoes, what we can tell you is that it is a 6.32-inch AMOLED panel with super slim bezels. And honestly, it looks really good from the front. But let's talk cameras because that's what the Reno series is all about. The setup here is pretty interesting. You get a 50-megapixel main camera, a 50-megapixel telephoto camera, a 50-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 50-megapixel selfie camera. Yep, 50-megapixel cameras everywhere. I've only spent a limited amount of time with the phone, but so far the cameras have been really impressive. Starting with the main camera, it just gets the basics right. You point, shoot, and more often than not, you end up with a really good shot. Colors look pleasing, details are sharp, and the dynamic range is genuinely impressive. Take a look at some of these samples. Even under harsh sunlight, the phone does a great job balancing bright backgrounds while keeping subjects properly exposed. Then I switched to the telephoto camera. And honestly, this was probably the biggest surprise. Whether I was shooting at 3.5x or pushing closer to 7x, the amount of detail it managed to retain was genuinely impressive. The ultra-wide camera is solid too. What I liked most is the consistency. You switch cameras and the colors remain largely the same. That's something a lot of phones still struggle with. Portraits are another highlight. The edge detection around hair and clothing is surprisingly accurate, and the colors look vibrant without looking unnatural. There's also this quirky little feature called Pop Mode. It's basically a collection of creative filters. Personally, I like the instant film option. It gives photos a fun retro camera look. Low light performance has been pretty solid too. What I like is that Oppo hasn't tried to make every night shot look like daytime. The phone brightens the scene while still preserving that atmosphere. As for the selfie camera, that's another 50-megapixel sensor. Thankfully, Oppo hasn't gone overboard with skin smoothing. Skin tones generally look natural, details are good, and while white balance can occasionally get confused, the results are social media ready. For video, both the front and rear cameras support 4K recording at 60 fps. The footage looks stable, colors are balanced, and you even get portrait video from both cameras. So there you have it. That's the Reno 16 for you. It launches on the 2nd of July, and once the embargo lifts, we'll have a lot more to talk about. Performance, battery life, software, display, all of it. So make sure you're subscribed. As for the pricing, the Reno 15 launched 5 months ago at around 47,999, so we are expecting this to land somewhere in the 50 to 55,000 rupees range. Still, it'll be interesting to see how Oppo actually prices it. Let us know what do you think of the Reno 16 so far and your guesses for what the prices will be. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.